Oh my god, wearing masks like this. I took that off really. It looked really stupid when I took that off. Wearing masks like this looks super cool in video games and stuff, but oh my gosh, I feel like I'm breathing. It's like all that breath is going straight in my eyes. It's like freaking like it was a few years ago. For anyone in like 50 years watching this, that was the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, that'll do great for this video's and it'll click through whatever. And oh my gosh, I hate wearing masks. But I am going to wear these so it doesn't look as bad when I'm not staring straight at the camera because I have my script right right there. Wow, it's really my hand's really pale. Um, this is Spy Guy 888, as you probably know because you can see the channel name because you're literate probably. Um, this this hat looks kind of blocky. It's a cool hat because it's like the Watch Dogs hat. It's Aiden Pierce's hat from Watch Dogs. That's if you got a good view of it. It's the mask from Watch Dogs, and it looks sick in the game. And this is from like the Ubisoft store before that got shut down. I don't know why that happened. It's still not back yet. I want my Ghost Recon Nomad hat, but instead, let me wear that. We're talking about hackers today, so maybe this will matter. Put in the comments whose YouTuber merch this is, because this is YouTuber merch, and it's pretty sick. I like it a lot. Anyways, today, because of course you can see you're still literate, you saw the channel name and you saw the title of the video, you know that in this video I will be talking about why I still play Watch Dogs Legion, even though it's widely seen as a bad game that killed a great franchise, which is definitely true. And while that, is definitely true, I still play it because I still get some sort of enjoyment out of it. It's like people that still play Red Dead Online. And you know what? That might be another video like this sometime. Anyways, but that's not today's video. Let me move the camera a little bit closer. And by camera, I mean my entire laptop. And I'm going to try to not touch the table that it's sitting on. This little fold-up table I got from Target for like $18 3 years ago. Um, anyways, before we get started, I just want to thank you for even clicking on the video in the first place. I am slowly but steadily trying to grow my channel, and your viewership genuinely definitely helps. Another way you could help is by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. All the stuff that literally every YouTuber says, but that's because that's just how the site works. And lastly, tell me in the comments if you've ever played any of the Watch Dogs games and what you think of them. They're some of my absolute favorite open world games personally. Like whenever I get the feeling to play GTA, I play one of the Watch Dogs games because I just like them more, which might be a hot take. It's definitely a hot take, but oh well. Oh, my back door just opened. That was fun. Um, anyways, that was kind of spooky. By the way, subscribing, if you're not aware, which you probably are, but if you're not aware, is entirely free. It's not like a Netflix thing where where it like costs money and the price keeps going up every month and they're like, oh, we won't change it this time. But then they change it every time and you're just getting robbed and whatever. Um, it's completely free, which is super cool, and it just means you get like notifications and stuff. So, like, subscribe, comment if you've played the Watch Dogs games, what you think of them. Turn on notifications. That's another big one. Little bell icon when you subscribe, and if you turn those on, it'll send you like notifications more often or something. It's not for sure because this site is just totally awesome. All right, on to the video. Enough rambling about the way YouTube works. Watch Dogs was a series with immense potential, doomed by immense greed. And I say was because it's pretty much certainly dead. And I hope that ages poorly. I hope it comes back stronger than ever with some sort of like Aiden sequel game, like in between the first and second games. That'd be freaking sick. Anyways, um, I put in my script a lot of stuff talking about the first game and then nothing about the second game. I enjoyed both of them. The first one did not do well because it had pretty scummy marketing, and it just kind of lied in the trailers because they could. And it was 2014 and it was the freaking Wild West. The second game got just shit on because who the hell is going to buy a Watch Dogs game after the first one? And it was so much fun. I just replayed the story the other day. Oh man, it's so good. The freaking dialogue is cringe as hell though, but it gets one-upped by the cringy dialogue in Legion, in Watch Dogs 3. And if anyone says that Legion isn't number 3 and it's just like a spin-off or whatever, I want you to take a look at this. Take a look at this right behind me, and tell me in the E, wherever the E is, how many lines are in it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's only the lines. I'm still not pointing the right place, probably. It's only the lines. So, it's obviously Watch Dogs 3. Obviously. And you're an idiot if you think it's not. Okay, anyways. Had to get that out of the way. Now, if you've seen my last video in front of a green screen like this, and reading off of a script while wearing the cool glasses, which was about Far Cry 6, this game actually shares quite a bit of similarities. Made by Ubisoft, both seen as the worst so far in the franchise, and the story in the game, not great. Not great at all. I didn't even talk about it in Far Cry 6. Here in Legion, I'll talk on it a little bit. For one, there's like different plot lines. Number one, the terrorists in like the terrorist plot line have no motive aside from killing people in London because they live in London, I guess. I feel like they should probably be in some sort of asylum. The gang plot line just kind of sucked. I mean, it had a cool ending, but it was just kind of like, why? It was, I don't know. There was a whole spy plot line that was kind of neat. But it wasn't really long enough to make any sort of difference. And the private military company plotline, the PMC plotline, was pretty rough. Pretty rough. Not great. Now, all of these plot lines intersect at various points, obviously, because it's a cohesive story. Well, I guess it's a matter of opinion, but it is certainly a story. But just like the Far Cry 6 video, we will not be talking about the story any more than that at all. That includes the DLC, but the DLC is actually pretty good. Like, almost worth buying the game just to play the DLC. And, like, I mean, you get, the whole game on top of that, which is kind of cool, I guess. But only on sale. Don't spend, like, $70 on this freaking game. If you want to play as Aiden from the first game and Wrench from the second game doing fun shit in London, get the DLC. Aside from that, just watch this video. Or if this video makes you want to play it. So what do I like about this game? Well, the shooting mechanics are alright, I guess. You'll notice most of the gameplay behind me, is as Aiden Pierce from the first game because I have the season pass, so I can use him and Wrench in the main game instead of only the DLC, which is a dumb requirement because I bought the game and the DLC. But whatever, I guess. So we're just whatever. There are two reasons I specifically like to play as Aiden. The first is because he has an American accent, which, if you haven't noticed, obviously I do too. And I don't like hearing the silly little British nonsense that they do. That is what we call a joke, but just barely. The second reason is his slow time ability, which, if you remember in the first game, you can like sort of slow time when you take drugs, I guess. This sort of like that, but you just run up to someone and just like do some John Wick shit, like execute them, and then you aim down sights to like look at the next guy, and it like slows down time. It's pretty cool. The weapon choice is unfortunately a lot smaller than the first game, but just like the first game, when you have specific characters that include Aiden Pierce, thankfully, you get these really cool execution animations. Like, just check this one out. That was a pretty sick one. And then check out this one from his exclusive revolver. Like, only he gets the revolver. There's like other revolvers, but this is the cool one. It's like all chrome and stuff. It looks pretty sick. Check that out. Yeah, that was pretty sick, wasn't it? Alright. He can also perform a quick time event sort of thing when he reloads that basically buffs his weapon damage for a little while. That's why if you ever see, again, I don't know if this is in the right place, but it's like the tip of the gun is orange, or if it's a stun gun, it's blue. But I pretty much don't use stun guns because screw those things. That's why it's like it overheated or something, which isn't how guns work. But oh well. He also still has his baton for melee combat, but the melee sucks in this game. No more instant takedowns like the first two games, but instead we have this clanky, really just not good fighting game mechanic. It's just not fun to play, and they were really banking on it too, because they made like a whole like underground bare knuckle boxing, like not mini game, but like a game mode, and it's just not fun. I don't like it at all. It's like I don't know. I just really don't like it. But to start all this off, I did say what do I like about this game, and the most praise it got was the shooting is alright, and the execution animations were pretty cool. So now for some actually deserved praise. For one, the name of the game is called Legion, which is in reference to a particular Bible verse from the book of, it's the Gospel of, no, is it Gospel? Yeah, it's the Gospel of Mark, chapter 5, verse 1 to 13. I don't know, I'm pretending to like try to remember it. I went to a Christian school, but I don't have Bible verses memorized like that. It's written on my script right in front of me. I don't know why I was trying to be like all like fancy about it. Basically, it's a story where a guy is possessed with like 100 demons, and they're like, we are Legion, and then Jesus like puts him into a pig or something and makes it fall over a cliff. But we're not falling over a cliff in this game, as much as you might want to from playing that freaking bare knuckle boxing thing. Oh my gosh. Anyways, the idea is that your DedSec cell, the hacker group that you're a part of in the game, is composed of many people who will help you achieve a single goal, like all working together. And that goal is the lame-ass story I already mentioned. But that means you need to get people to join, which means recruitment. And that is the start of something interesting. Just the start of it, though. There are 4 levels of people in the game. None of this is actually like in like actual game. Like the game doesn't like break it down like this, but this is how I kind of see it. There are like 4 sets of people. Number 1 are the DedSec operatives that are already just the characters you can currently play as. They're all the people you currently have. Potentials, which are people walking around on the street who you can recruit by doing a mission for them. People that don't like DedSec for whatever reason, who you can only recruit after helping them once, and then talking to them, and then helping them again, because you have to like get on their good side before you can even talk to them. And then the people that hate DedSec that you cannot recruit. To be honest, the only people worth recruiting are people who lower the time for injury or jail when your character gets hurt or dies. I don't play on permadeath because I do not enjoy permadeath mode in games. Or, like either those people or people with good guns. And I only ever actually play with the ones with good guns, which means Aiden, because A, American, and B, he has access to like pretty much all of the best weapons. Just any of the good ones, pretty much. Or any equivalent. But it's mainly the last group of people, the people who hate DedSec, that keep bringing me back in like the... I want to say there was like an interview or something, or maybe it was just the White Light Watch Dogs video, where in Watch Dogs 2, the random events were seen as like story generators, I guess. I forget the exact word he said, but this is the kind of thing that I like. You can't recruit the ones that just absolutely hate DedSec, but you can put them into the recruitment list and click a deep profile, which is how you'd normally recruit someone who just doesn't like you, because you have to, that's how you know what objective to do to get the people that just don't like you instead of hate you. But you can see their schedule, friends, family, acquaintances, business partners, all sorts of fun stuff. And this is where the fun begins. My process for infinite entertainment in this game is a little psychotic, fair warning. Enter some sort of enemy base camp area, whether it's gang territory or just a public building full of Albion soldiers. That's the PMC, by the way. Non-lethally knock out at least one guard, maybe more. It kind of helps if there's more, because it gives you more chances to like mess around and stuff. And then add them to the recruit list. And then you can just kill everyone else. Doesn't matter. And then investigate their profile for anyone else you can target that would be close to them, like family, friends, or business partners, and kill them. After killing any associates, I finally kill them. It helps mentally if their family or friends are also Albion or gangsters or whatever, because otherwise you're just killing innocent people. But unlike the first game, and much more like the second game, the only consequence is one less bullet in your gun and a star wanted level. So, no real downside. With this simple trick, I leave you the rest of the video that just has some more gameplay, like what's been behind me this whole time. So before I do leave you, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video so far, leave a like, and if you subscribe, that would be super cool. Again, subscribing's free, so go ahead and do that. And let me know what other games you'd like to see videos on. I have lots of Sea of Thieves stuff coming out, because my friend and I have been playing a ton of that. And some more scripted stuff coming down the way, as soon as I get to writing the other scripts. But aside from all that, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Oh yeah, actually one more thing. In the DLC, Aiden meets this woman who has a true crime podcast, except it's like actually currently happening crime involving dangerous gangsters. It's basically just British friendly Geordies, I think, but without like the firebombs yet. Yeah, she's a journalist trying to point out dangerous people. And after one of the missions you do for her, where she's actively hunted by one of the private, like the military company, the PMC soldiers, that ends up being like a stalker, and she ends up exposing him. Aiden says, you know, you should probably like look into protecting yourself. And she says this.
Like what? Carry a gun? Hire a bodyguard? Don't be ridiculous. I'm a journalist. If I'm not pissing someone off, then I'm not doing my job.
As if either of those are just too crazy. And just because she does a dangerous job, then she should just let herself be killed? Oh my gosh, that line pissed me off so much. So much. Like, yes, you are... What? Like, what? Oh my gosh, ugh. Somehow forgot to mention this, but this is going to be like my main point, is that this happens during the DLC, which takes place a few months before the main like campaign. And in the main campaign, she's found dead by this PMC group. It's literally, oh my gosh, it's so freaking frustrating. Okay, back to the regular rant. That made me so angry, because like, yeah. Yes, you should. You should get a gun or hire a bodyguard. Yes, you're a journalist. Of course, what you're doing is dangerous, and that is why. Take care of yourself, okay? Like, legitimately, this is a call to arms, I guess. That sounds more dangerous. That sounds more threatening. Protect yourself, and that's about it. All right, now goodbye.
Urgent call. Possible hostile at your location. Control, we are pursuing the suspect.
Let's shut things down.
Control, I've lost sight of the target. Over.
Control, put out an APW. Target is gone.
Okay, but... No, you sure? All right, I hear you. Yeah, of course.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile. Control, we have a visual on the suspect.
Time to power down.
Any other patrols have eyes on the suspect, over?
The bollards are up.
Never was a fan of cops, but they hate Albion, and so do we. You know what they say? The enemy of my enemy.
Fuck off! Bugger off!
All units, possible suspects or suspects reported near your location.
take the power back.
All units force this suspect to stop.
Negative. No sign of suspect. Over.
No visual of target. Ending pursuit. Over. Location. Control, we are pursuing the target.
There's a new neighbor acting strange.
I had them! Where did they go?
Control, we're heading back. Over.
blazes.
Damn! I'm sending this to everybody.
There's a gun over there. What?
Deep breath.
Control to all.
Kiss your tech goodbye.
Got it. Watch for hostiles, people.